Watching India Business Hour with me, Shireen Bhan. Let's go to the other big stories that we are tracking this evening. Now, the government has clarified that the restrictions on the import of laptops and tablets will kick in only after a transition period. Government sources say the order mandating an import license may be pushed out by a month or so. Ashmit Kumar is standing by with the details. Ashmit, an important clarification. So, a delay in the rollout or the execution of the import curbs that the government had announced.
Well, post the notification to quell some of the industry concerns, the government has reached out to a lot of these players to address and to answer some of these concerns that were raised. And it's trying to do so by important decisions that are coming out in the next 24 to 48 hours. What are these decisions? What are the takeaways? We learned from highly placed sources that, number one, this is perhaps the most important clarification coming in. This notification which came out was effective immediately. Highly placed sources tell us that this is likely to be extended by at least 1 month. This, the government believes, will allow for enough time for the importers to acquire the necessary licenses and to ensure continuity of the imports. That's one. The second is DGFT, importantly, is expected to come out with a clarification that will give a better picture of the fact that there are no restrictions on, number one, the goods being imported, the quantum of goods being imported, or the entities which are importing these goods, laptops, tablets, as well as PCs. That's number two. Number three, and this is an important takeaway here, the government is looking to extend support in terms of there being no restrictions or no difficulty in terms of goods which are currently in transit. That is the clarification number three. And the fourth clarification, equally important, the government has sought to assure that even the licenses for these restricted items will be issued in a matter of minutes, less than 24 hours. That's the window that the DGFT is likely to give, and therefore no disruptions are likely to be experienced. From a customer standpoint, the government has sought to assure that there is, since there will be no disruptions in imports and therefore there is no question of any hike in prices, and the government is keeping its fingers crossed, hoping that all of this put together will give more impetus to the domestic manufacturing industry.
Ashmit, many thanks for joining us. In fact, staying with that story, the domestic industry has welcomed the move. The chairman of the India Cellular and Electronic Association, Pankaj Mahendra, said he's confident that valid licenses will be provided to trusted industry partners. Meanwhile, Hari Om Rai of Lava Mobile says that process is in place to ensure that supply chain will continue as usual. So those are the comments that have come in from industry on the laptop curbs that have been announced. Now, S&P Global expects the Indian economy to grow